we'll see some basic controls. For this, we'll create a new project, a single view application. I will use the name basic controls, and organization name is CodeCool. Organization identifier com.codecool. We'll use the language Swift. The next, we'll save this in our batch folder, that is CodeCool iOS and iOS December 2017 weekend batch. Right, so iOS demos, I will save it. Okay, now we are having our application or project loaded over here. Template files are there and all this thing. Now see here, I'm selecting iPhone SE all the time. So when we learn auto layout, we'll switch any of the simulator over here, right? Till then we only work with iPhone SE. Fine. The screen size of iPhone SE is 320 in a width and 568 in height. So we'll use the constant height and width till the demos. Okay. Now see, we have seen the app delegate. Here also we are having app delegate to communicate with the operating system and get the callbacks. The next is view controller, the same thing, right? And then main.storyboard, again same thing with the one main view. Got it? What is safe area? We'll see later. The main view. Got it? Again, assets and launch screen, right? Then another thing is info.plist. This is the information of your application or your project. This contains the information. You can edit it. We'll see this later when we need to edit the info.plist. We'll see the use of info.plist. Okay, so now next thing is how we can use basic controls in our project. So go to the main.storyboard. We are having one view over here. So what I will do, I will use those controls inside my view. So let me move this over here, and then we can access the controls, right? So over here, first of all, we'll see the label. This is a set of all the controls. Here you can have multiple controls which are the by default created, or it's having their instance over here. So you just need to drag this and drop this inside your view. Fine. This is the library which is given by Apple. Okay, so see here, first of all I need label, so I will just drag this label from here to the view. See, plus button is there added to the arrow, so that means you are adding something there. So here I will add this label inside a view, right? So now see, this label is over here. I can move or shift the position. I can change the position, right? Now see, when I changing its position, it's showing some dotted blue lines. Got it? Those lines are guidelines. Guidelines which are guiding you for the position of the view. So see, this top horizontal line is guiding you that a 20 pixel margin should be there. Margin should be there. Why 20 pixel? Now see here, these 20 pixels are reserved for the notification area, or some top bar is there which indicates you the battery percentage and other things, right? So this area is reserved for this. You can create UI, you can use this area as well, but you should not use it, right? So what we'll do, we'll create this label in this area. So see, the middle blue line is, it's saying that you have created this UI and which is horizontally center. Got it? Horizontally center. And those lines over here at the leading edge and trailing edge, so those guidelines are showing that a 16 pixel margin should be there and 16 pixel margin at the trailing edge, right? So we'll use this. So see, you can also change the position and height width of this label by using this, what it is, size inspector. We have seen that size inspector. So see, x, y, width and height. So you can change x of this label, you can change y position, you can change width, you can change height, right? So see here, we are having 343 as a width, right? But see here, we have selected iPhone SE simulator over here, right? We have selected iPhone SE simulator. So we need to design this screen as per the iPhone SE screen. Got it? So to change the screen layout to the iPhone SE, you just need to click over here and select the proper iPhone, right? The first one is iPhone 4 or 4S, right? So the second one is iPhone SE. iPhone SE screen size is equal to iPhone 5 screen size, iPhone 5s screen size, iPhone 5c screen size. Got it? So we'll select this iPhone SE, right? UI is just changed over here, right? Screen layout is changed. So I will again change the width of the label. Now see, the width is 288, right? Total width of the view is 320, height is 568 as I said before. So see, label is having width 268, so 16 pixel at leading edge, right, and 16 pixel at trailing edge. That will give you one label's width. So 16 plus 16, that is 32. So if you subtract 32 from total width of the view, you will get the label width. 320 minus 32, 288. So this is 288. Fine. And height is 21. You can change the height.
In pixels.
Yes, in pixels. Right? In pixels. Now see, what I will do, I will change the height. So see, as I change the height, it's showing the changed height over here as well at the top of this view as well as over here, right? You can change the height from here as well, right? I will use 30 height. Okay, now we'll again go back to the attribute inspector tab over here. So attribute inspector tab is used to change the properties of this label. What properties we can change for this label? So that properties are listed over here, right? You can change this much of properties of the label directly, right? So see here, you can change the text on the label over here. right? So I will put over here code cool, right? So I need this code cool text at the center. So for this I need to change the alignment. So I will use this center alignment, right? I will use this font. You can use system font with these attributes, or else you can select here custom and then you can select this much of fonts, right? So what I will use, I will use this random font, right? Now I need a bold. I can change the size as well, 25, and done, right? You will get your label with the font, with this font over here. Now I want to change the color, so I can change the color using this property over here, that is color. So you can click over here and you will get this colors, this much of colors. These are the recently used colors, right? You can use those colors. If you don't want to use those colors and you want to select another one, then you can go to the other. It will open up color palette, right? So here you can choose the color from any of these, right? As well as you can set the color in RGB or hex value, right? You can select the colors from the list. You can change this list by iPad SDK, crayons, developers, and all these things, right? You can select the color from this palette as well, right? You can select the color with the help of these pencils and the color names. So see, right? So I will use this color orchid. Okay, so close this palette, and then this is your label. We have changed some properties. You can change the background color as well. For background color you need to go to the, just scroll it and go to this background color palette. So see, here I will use some light color, that is gray color. Okay, fine, you can change the color. So background is your view's color. Got it? Whatever the size you have used for creating this view, that color is, background color is applied for that size. Fine, any problem in this? Now another thing is, this is label, and for this label we have changed some properties. We have changed this attribute, size inspector. Using size inspector we have changed the size, position, and we have changed some attributes or properties of this label, right? Now what I will do, I will run this application directly. So see, from the beginning we haven't written a single line of code, right? Still we'll get our application over here. So see, launching, and it's launching our application. This is the launch screen. See here, right? Without writing a single line of code, we'll get this done. Any problem in this? Okay, so this is up to a label. Now after label we'll use the button, the next just below the label. See here, object library. So we'll use this button. I will drag this and drop it just below the label. Got it? So I need to have a 10 pixel distance between label and button. So how I can manage it? Simple thing, I need to calculate it, right? So see here, a 0 0 origin is there. Origin is here 0 0. From this origin, x increases in this way, y increases in this way, right? So we'll get a 16 and 20 over here for this label, right? We have seen that. So see, in size inspector we'll get x 16, y is 20. So we know that x 16 and y 20 is there, right? So we need to have y of this button at 10 pixel from this label. So we need to calculate it. So see, 0 is there, y, then over here you will get 20, and now 20 plus height of this label. What is the height? 30. It's 30. So 20 plus 30, 50, and we need 10 pixels of distance. So 50 plus 10, 60. So y of this button will be a 60, right? I can directly put 60 over here, so it will be at a 60. Got it? And I will make this button at horizontally center, right? And with 10 pixels of distance from the label. Now another thing is, we didn't set this x, right? X is set by this horizontally center, right? So we don't need to do anything. Now we are having the position of the button. Now what we'll do, we'll change the properties of this button. Okay, by default button look like this, but you can customize the button as per your need, right? So over here you can change the title of the button. So I will use title as go, right? Where to go, we don't know till now, right? But we are having button as a go. Now you can change the font for this title, right? Just we have seen, you can change the color of the title. Any of this, we'll use the red, right? You can change the background as well. By default background of the button is clear color. What is mean by clear color? Yes, it is transparent, correct? It's transparent. So see, there is option to select a clear color over here, so it will text the background color automatically, but we don't need to add a clear color over there. I will use some other background color. We are having a red color title, so we'll be using a contrast color for this red, somewhat this sky color. Okay, right? It's not looking good, but we have created some kind of button over here. Now this button is created. Okay, so again I will stop the previous execution, and then again I will run it again. Whenever you change something in a view, you need to build it again and run it again, right? Or else you will get a previous one over there, previous build over there. Okay, now we are having a button over there. See here, it's showing some animation when we click on this, right? Now next part is a text field. I will stop this, and before text field we'll go with the segmented control, right, in a sequence. So see, segmented control, I'll drag this over here and I will drop it. I will have this full screen width with 16 pixels of margin, right? So I have just dragged and dropped over here, and I will run this to see how segmented control works. So I am running the application again, right? Now we are having label, button, and this segmented control. So see, when you click on first, second, right? So this segmented control is used to select one selection or one item between those two.
Yes, sir.
Yes or no. You can use yes or no. You can have multiple options over there, right? If you have three options, then you can select either one of them. Okay, so what I will do, I will use this segmented control with 3 or 4 elements, right? So for this we need to change some properties of this segmented control, right? We will not change the size of this segmented control right now. We'll just change the properties. So see here, we are having segments property over here. So I will use 4 segments should be there, right? It will add 4 segments. Got it? Now segment 0 is first, right? So the title is first. So instead of first, I will use one color, that is red. Okay, so it will become a red title over there. Segment 1, segment starts from 0, right? Segment 1 will be another color, green. Okay, segment 2 is having color blue, right? Segment 3, that is fourth one, right? It will be having color yellow. Why? So we are having 4 color buttons over here. We can select either one, right? Now see here, some properties are there. You can change the background color, you can change the tint color means you can change this selected color over here. So see, we'll change the background. We'll have this green background and we'll be having this tint color as red. See, text will becomes red, selected color will be red, right? It's good. Now what we'll do, we'll run this again. Now we'll get 4 kind of segments to select. So it will run. Okay, now we got this. We can select either one of them. Any problem in this? No. So I'll stop this. And next part is a text field. What is the use of text field? Text field is used to get the input from the user, which is in textual format. Got it?
Username, password.
Yes, username, password, you can get it. Okay, any single line text. So this text field is having some properties. The main properties are placeholder text. You can add text, by default text over here, right? You can change the background, right? You can change alignment of text, the same properties, right? You can change the border style of the text field. By default it's a rounded corner, which is a default in Apple's devices, right? You'll get a rounded corner text field, rounded corners. See, those corners are rounded. If you see, we can zoom in, right? Rounded corners. but you can change it to the this kind of text field, right? You can change it to this. You can change it to the no border text field. There is no any border, but text field is there, right? We'll use the default one, that is rounded corners. Okay, now another thing is the placeholder, right? So see, we are having a size limitation, right? Very small size of devices, so we cannot add multiple views such like that. So see, we can write like something like this. We'll change the size of this text field, and I will add label over here to show or to ask user to enter name, right? But that size is very small, so instead of writing this, what we'll use, we'll add a placeholder for this text field, that is name, so user can easily track. You need to enter name over here. Fine, right? So that is the use of placeholder. You can use it. I will run it again. Still we haven't written a single line of code, right? So see, right, a text field is there. When you click on the text field, automatically keyboards pop-ups from the bottom, right? You can type using this keyboard, right? Anything, right? So this is up to basic controls. Okay, now I will stop this, and again next control is slider. I will put the slider over here, and then I will change its size. So slider is basically used to get values between two numbers, right? So you need to provide minimum number, which will be go over here, and maximum number, which will go over here, right? So see here, the properties of slider are here. The value part is here. That means a current value, current selected value, which is 0.5 by default, and minimum value is 0, and maximum value is 1. From 0 to 1, it's showing the values. Now instead of 0 and 1, you can use any value from 50 to 100, right? You can use any value, by default value 50 or 75, that is the middle, right? You can use 90, right? So we'll be using 50 over here, right? Now you can change the minimum track and maximum track color and thumb tint color. This is the thumb, the circular part, which is used to select or drag the slider. So we'll use minimum color is red and maximum color is green. So this is maximum part, right? And minimum part is over here, right? So if I change this to the 80, you will get minimum part and maximum part. Okay, we'll change the thumb tint color to something black. Fine, you can have any color over there, any color. Now we'll run it and we'll see the slider. Okay, slider is there. You can change the slider by dragging anywhere. Correct? Any problem in this? Okay. Now next part is, yes,
circular slider remote option.
what?
There is one option for circular slider. I think it's removed from this export.
Circular slider?
It's like this.
Okay. Instead of straight line,
Okay.
he's saying that circular slider.
No, I think you're talking about activity indicator.
No.
Oh, no?
No, it's slider. I use in my previous project.
Okay, okay,
It's removed from this.
okay, that's fine. We'll see that later. Okay. Now, next control is a switch. Why switch is used? Switch is used to get on and off state. Just on and off state. So see here, we are having a switch over here. This switch will have on and off state. Presently state is on, you can select it off, right? On tint color, that means when your switch is on, then that will becomes green color background. So see, green color, and when it is off, then it will show white color, which is a default background. So we can use a red one to have the background, right? But we'll use a default one. If it is on, then it will show this color, and thumb tint color will be a blue one. Okay, it will select this. So see, off and on. Okay, I will run it. Okay, so we are having the switch over here. When we click, it shows somewhat animation is there, right? That is look like we are sliding the switch, right? Got it? We can use the slider, we can use text fields, we can use segmented control, we can use this button. Got it? So this is introduction to the basic controls which are used in by default present in your Xcode. So you can use it directly by customizing it as well. You can customize it. Okay. Now I'm stopping this. Okay, got it? On next lecture we'll see how to control these controls from your view controller, right? We have just created UI over here. Now what we'll do, when this red click will change the background of this main view to the red, and will change when you click green, it will become green. When you click on blue, it will become blue, yellow, and all these things, right? We'll see when you press on go button, it will have the text from this text field to this label, right? When you change the slider, it will show some values somewhere, or will show the values on this label as well, current value of the slider. Okay, when you click on the switch, it will add, or it will revoke the access of the slider. If it is on, then and only then you can change the slider. If it is off, then you cannot move the slider, right? We'll add this functionality. Okay, so for this we need to create or add code inside a view controller file. Got it? So till then, we'll learn this swift again. Okay.